Hello, everybody. Welcome to the review from Izzy Said Megascape on YouTube. It is 10:32 p.m. I just finished watching Don't Worry, Darling. I want to apologize for not having this review up sooner. I meant to watch it last night, but I was feeling pretty tired, so I decided to make it my Sunday evening show. And life for me is still a bit on the emotional and hectic and stressful side in my neck of the woods, and so I'm doing everything I can to the best of my abilities to continue surging ahead in a manner that is somewhat normal. And I'm still not where I want to be yet. So I just want to say thank you all to who's remained patient with me throughout this very tumultuous and tragic and emotional situation that I'm still going through. And it's been a year right now. But so just thank you for being patient, and eventually I will, you know, prayerfully I will get to a place where I am normal and I'm healed. Uh, Having said that, this review, as per usual, is going to be spoiler free, and I'm not going to focus on the initial beliefs on why I believe this film is receiving such harsh criticism. Nor am I going to focus on the behind the scenes drama between Olivia Wilde and Shia LaBeouf. I've always maintained that whenever I do a review, it is strictly my opinion. I'm not attempting to say that my opinion is the gospel, nor am I saying that I'm the greatest film critic in the world. All I'm simply doing is stating my opinion, and should you decide to watch the film or not, that is completely up to you. And if you loved it, that's wonderful, and if you hated it, that's okay too. I'm not going to judge you simply because of something that you might not care for because I happen to enjoy it. Having said that, Don't Worry, Darling is a very interesting film. It's directed by Olivia Wilde, who many of you are probably aware of, where she played 13 on House. And she was also in Tron Legacy, Cowboys and Aliens. I mean, she's been in a multitude of things and decided to try her hand at directing. I haven't seen her first directorial debut film called Booksmart. I decided to watch this because when I saw the trailer, it looked very interesting to me. And it's going to be a very vague review because very similar to Barbarian, anything that I say that pertains to a specific plot detail is going to give away what this film is about. So I'm going to do my very best to just keep it as vague as possible. That way, if you decide to watch it, you'll be able to determine exactly what you thought about it yourself, and maybe it'll catch you by surprise, or maybe you watch the trailer, you already could piece it together. I don't know, but the film is directed by Olivia Wilde, and it stars Florence Pugh, and I'm probably mispronouncing her last name, Harry Styles, Chris Pine, Nick Kroll, Gemma Chan, and I'm not overly familiar with Harry Styles. The only thing I really know about him is that he was in One Direction, and I don't listen to pop music these days, so I really don't have a solidified opinion on what I think of him as an artist or even as an actor. So this is my first time actually seeing him in anything other than the brief cameo that he has at the end of Marvel's Eternals. So I don't have any familiarity with him as far as his acting talent is concerned. But Don't Worry, Darling is one of those type of stories where it reminds me a lot of Get Out, and it has this initial perception of how Olivia Wilde decided to craft a story that is very, very molded into the sense of it's very similar to something that, let's say, Alfred Hitchcock would have done, or maybe something that Rod Serling from Night Gallery. Then you have this intertwined concept of maybe a science fiction type of deal. It's very, I don't want to say it's all over the place, but she really decided to bring to life a story that is unique, different, and somehow it manages to still be this ultimate mind trip for the audience. And that's how it was for me when I was watching it tonight. Uh, it basically serves as a vehicle for Florence Pugh's acting abilities. And I hadn't, other than seeing Florence in Black Widow, which I thought she was absolutely amazing in, and as per usual, I mean, she is a very beautiful woman, and she was very easy on the eyes in this film. And I just, seriously, I fell in love with Florence Pugh right then and there. I mean, she just absolutely not only beautiful, but just a very talented actress. And she brought this old school traditional feel of really having this strong emotionality with her character, and you truly believed in what she was experiencing. And when I was sitting there watching it, it really made me think. Olivia Wilde brought to life this particular story that simply, I'm not saying that it's deep and philosophical on a strict intellectual level. it simply makes you think about the way that maybe your life, maybe the direction that your life is going in, it may not be what you're expecting. And on the same token, it really just, it simply makes you just wonder about the notion of exactly what this life is, and what are we experiencing. And I can't really go into details because I really want everybody to watch this film for themselves. And some of the reviews that I've read and listened to believe that they have this, there's this anti-men sentiment of a message embedded into the film. And I did personally, I didn't view it as necessarily being a type of story that is uh, intentionally hating on men. It is something that I do believe has a message of uh, essentially giving everybody a sense of what could potentially happen of this if this scenario became our reality. And you, I view "Don't Worry, Darling" as a combination of, say, Get Out, Stepford Wives, Inception. Uh, there is, and something that very Psycho, for example, by Alfred Hitchcock, or even Vertigo. It is a film that has a myriad of concepts intertwined within its story, and I found it just absolutely fascinating, and it made me think. Part of the reason why I do believe this is receiving such a harsh review from many critics is maybe the concept hit too close to home for them, and maybe it was one of those type of stories that touched a nerve, because it's definitely a very complex film, especially once you get to the end and you find yourself having to take a breath because you're thinking to yourself, wow, what a mind trip, what a journey. And that's basically what this film is, a complete and total journey of watching this character of Alice, played by Florence Pugh, really become the heroine of her story. And I just found I was really immersed into the story. There was not one single moment where I was bored with it at all. It made complete and total sense to me. And as I was watching it, especially afterwards, I started thinking to myself, man, it just would be nice if something like this did occur. Um, Given what I've experienced personally, it made me just think about the possibility. It just really made me think about, the things that I would love to happen. Um, Something that would be a dream come true for me. So, having said that, as far as Harry Styles' performance is concerned, I thought he did a very serviceable job. Um, I'm guessing that his character was supposed to be what Shia LaBeouf was supposed to be playing. Um, but I really enjoyed just how Florence Pugh displayed her acting abilities, and Chris Pine, as per usual, is just a great actor all around. I loved him in Star Trek. I really enjoyed him in Horrible Bosses 2, and This Means War, and even the both Wonder Woman films. I mean, he's just a remarkable, talented actor. And I don't believe I ever watched any type of film with him in it that I didn't like. So whenever I see him, whenever I see his name attached to a film, I'm pretty much there because he's just a great actor. And I thought he was very great and creepy in this one. I mean, it's a very creepy atmosphere that's associated with this film, and I do highly recommend it. It's very, very solidified in exactly what the what type of story it is. I, on the other hand, I'm going to say this film is specifically not for everyone. It's not for everybody, and you either love it or you hate it, and that's pretty much how it is with any type of entertainment that's being released in these days, or even before the past. But it is strictly not for everybody, and not everyone is going to get it, and not everyone is going to understand exactly the purpose of this particular story. Having said that, I am going to go ahead and give Don't Worry, Darling a rating for me as a 10 out of 10. I thought it was magnificent, brilliant, atmospheric, suspenseful, creepy, emotional, and just great acting from beginning to end. There was not a single moment where I was bored. I do recommend it. It is not for children at all. There's some strong sexual situations in the film, some profanity, the occasional violence here and there. Uh, So if you want to bring your children, I don't recommend it. Of course, discretion is up to you, but as it's not for children, not for children at all. So I'm gonna give Don't Worry Darling 2 thumbs up, a 10 out of 10. I recommend it. Should you get a chance to watch it, or if you have watched it, let me know in the comment section of this video what you thought about it, or let me know on my Facebook, or if you decide to join my Discord server, you can let me know on there as well. Be on the lookout for my next review, A Smile, that is coming out this coming Friday. And I will see you all again. Take care and peace out.